What up, YouTube? It's man TWC Hollow, and we back for another video. For this, week, we talk about NBA free agency, and we talk about the WNBA expansion. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the WNBA expansion first. It is the ladies. So we gentlemen around here. But for WNBA, there will be an expansion going on. The WNBA is expanding. Uh, 8 to 18 teams by 2030, with new teams on the way announced for Cleveland in 2028, Detroit in 2029, and Philadelphia in 2030. The expansion is subject to the WNBA and NBA boards of governors approve. Cleveland will begin 2028, followed by Detroit 2029 and Philadelphia 2030. The Golden State Valkyries, who are a new team and WNBA, have been good this season. Shout out to Kayla Thornton. She's an all-star for them. First Valkyrie all-star. They joined the league this season and previously announced expansion teams as well. Toronto and Portland are on the way next season, and they are all part of the expanding teams, for WNBA expansion. But Cleveland will be having a team first out of the three: Detroit and Philadelphia, then Detroit and then Philadelphia. But you got Toronto and Portland also joining the party next season with the WNBA. Portland's a good spot. Toronto's a good spot as well, and the other spots are definitely just good for the sports fan bases. To just they can have something there to cheer about. I really like Philadelphia, getting a WNBA team there. The Philly fans, just Philadelphia fan fear are just die hard, and they're going to be there, rooting on. So theory is just the WNBA is making moves, and they are making strides. You are tuning into WNBA, so make sure you are tuning in, like, subscribe to that as well. We will be dropping more videos for WNBA season, about the season as well. But it's All Star. We got the All Star game coming up. The All Star reserves also been announced. So a lot going on in WNBA that we will be, still talk about for that. But the WNBA is, and it's progressing and it's getting better. It's getting better. So we just need, the fans and everybody else to, buy a little more in, because it get greater later. It get greater later. And words are hollow. But that's what all we got for the WNBA. We're gonna get to these free agency news here in the NBA. We're gonna start with yesterday. Paolo Banchero from Orlando Magic agreed to a rookie extension, 5-year, 287 million contract extension with Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero, well deserved. Um, Back-to-back playoff appearances for the Magic is very good. They've been rising. Fonz Wagner. You still got Jalen Suggs. They did let go of Cole Anthony, but you still got company there. Desmond Bain is now there. You still got the pieces off the bench: the Wagner, Mo Wagner, a couple other pieces. Anthony Black is a second-year player, so coming up, Tristan DeSilvia. I mean, he's a second-year player. Anthony Black is his third year. So you still got players off the bench who can still rise and come up forward and learn a Magic and the East. Let's not talk about the East. The East Conference is wide open. So Magic, they do what they do. They have the defense. They got to get more offense. So Desmond Bain was a good pickup with the shooting. They needed that. Some other pieces I've seen will develop offensively. Tristan DeSilvia, he'll be a good bench player for them next season. And Anthony Black as well. I think both of them two will have good seasons for Orlando Magic, and the main reason why they might excel more than what they did last season. So I got the Magic, doing some things, but I do want them to see they get out of the first round. They get out of that first round, you know, we'll see if they make a Cinderella run, because the East, like I said, is wide open. Kyle Lowry, let's get to our next person. Kyle Lowry resigns with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 1-year, $3.6 million deal. So Kyle Lowry back with the Philadelphia 76ers. They're going to give it another try. The East. Eastern Conference. But also for Philadelphia 76ers, you got Embiid coming back, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. So, Embiid healthy, Paul George plays a part, Tyrese Maxey is a dog. You have very contributors as well. Don't forget about Jerry McCain, who had a solid rookie season before he got injured. So the Sixers, they sleeper teams, like not nobody really talking about them as much, but Embiid can play a good 68 games, and Paul George good 55, and Maxey he's gonna get 70 plus. I get him like 76 games. He gonna play. Maxey's gonna play. But for the Sixers, they're a sleeper team as well in the Eastern Conference, and watch out, because I do believe in Nick Nurse, man. I've seen it get done before. I don't know if with this team or not, but it's still there is a chance. There is a chance. Let's get to our next signing. This is a trade. Actually, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Utah Jazz, and Miami Heat agreed on a three-team trade. For full details of that trade, the Heat received Norman Powell, so he leaves the Los Angeles Clippers to go to Miami Heat. The Clippers received John Collins, who left Utah to go to the Clippers, and the Jazz received Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, Slow-Mo, and a 2027 second round pick for that was the full details of that three-team trade. So Norman Powell goes to the Heat, John Collins goes to the Clippers, Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 second round pick goes to the Utah Jazz. So that was the full three-team deal trade. Ryan Rollins, our next signing, Ryan Rollins, who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. He re-signed with the Milwaukee Bucks in a 3-year, $12 million deal. Shout out to my boy. He went up, played at the college up the street at UT, man, and got in the league. So yeah, second round pick from the Golden State Warriors a couple years ago. Still in the league, still balling. Shout out to him. Keep grinding, Rollins. We see you, and just keep doing what you gotta do. Shout out to you in that new contract. The Houston Rockets, our next topic. The Houston Rockets, they traded Cam Whitmore to the Washington Wizards for 2 second round picks. The Rockets were a little guard heavy. They still have Reed Shepard, but they let Cam Whitmore go. He's still value upsize. I just didn't want to go to Wizards. Like could have went somewhere else. It was a little dump off. Cam Whitmore still is a good player. He's young. He's athletic. He's a slasher. He can attack the basket, and just see, I hope he can do good things in Washington Wizards. Be it for a time, but it's gonna be tough because Washington got a lot of young players too developing on the way up. And, Chris Middleton, CJ McCollum is there as well. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes in Washington next season. Mo Wagner agreed to sign a 1-year deal with the Orlando Magic, so he re-signs with a 1-year Orlando Magic. Mo Wagner re-signs with Orlando Magic on a 1-year deal. He goes back to their Franz Wagner brother, Mo Wagner, so he's older brother now. For Magic, they're good. You still got Wendell Carter Jr. Now you got Mo Wagner still playing backup. He had got injured during the season, so now he's back. He will be back. I think he'll be starting. I think he should be healthy for the start of the training camp for the season. We'll see how that goes. Well, let's get to our next signing. Jackson Hayes re-signs with the Los Angeles Lakers on a 1-year deal. Jackson Hayes. He had a solid season for the Los Angeles Lakers last season. Comes back on a 1-year deal worth $3 million. Good vital backup role. He can play either power forward, center. But we'll see how that goes next year because we got another signing for the Lakers. DeAndre Ayton agreed on a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers, they get their big man. They get the real center they need. Big man, DeAndre Ayton. Big Ayton is back. He is going to Los Angeles Lakers. Who shout out to DeAndre Ayton, who was in Portland. You know how most players be when they get traded, they leave. He left Phoenix, went to Portland. Some people, kind of thought, he'll be over, saying he'll fall off. But he had some good games for Portland, and he mentored Donovan Clingan, rookie from out of UConn last season. So shout out to Aiden for just staying composed, staying level headed, and never not getting not jelly, none of that, man. Just being a real man and real going about it real business wise, man. So shout out to DeAndre Aiden. Now you back out in West with the Los Angeles Lakers on a 2-year deal. Dante Exum re-signs with the Dallas Mavericks on a 1-year deal. Dallas Mavericks are going to be needing some guards play until Kyrie gets back. I think Kyrie probably get back after All-Star breakish at the latest. But you still got Cooper Flag and AD, other pieces as well. Not Marshall Clay. like Lively, Gafford. You have the pieces there for the Dallas Mavericks because they gotta play. Cooper's gonna play. AD's gonna be ready. He had a little eye surgery, I think today or yesterday, but he'll be ready for training camp. So Dallas Mavericks, make sure y'all watch out there for the first 3 months of the season because we gotta see what that number overall pick do. Cooper Flag and company. But let's get to our next topic. Former Dallas Mavericks Spencer Dinwiddie has left the Mavericks and agreed to a 1-year deal with the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets, uh, man, it was a good day. I liked that draft pick. I like the Con Kniffle for the Hornets. So we just I just want to see. And Brandon Miller is coming back. Still got Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and LaMelo Ball. Still got some pieces there for the Charlotte Hornets. They got some backup pieces as well. Trey Mann, he's re-signed. He agreed to a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Charlotte Hornets as well. So he's back on the bench playing backup guard for LaMelo Ball. He can score. He's very reliable for the Charlotte Hornets. So I like the Hornets. They did with that move. Keep the bench intact. Keep the bench play intact with Trey Mann. He's a good scorer for Charlotte Hornets. So our next trade, well, this was actually a trade. Duncan Robinson was traded to the Detroit Pistons for Simone Fontecchio, but in that trade, Duncan Robinson agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Detroit Pistons as well. So he's going to Detroit and signed a new deal with Detroit Pistons, who get shooting. Duncan Robinson is a shooter, and he played his college days in Michigan. So yeah, that's gonna be good for them. And he also gets another teammate. I think they signed for no. Who was it? Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert. He also signs with Detroit Pistons as well. So they got Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert, two former college teammates, played in Michigan, now playing in Detroit Pistons. How crazy is that? Let's get to our next one. Larry Nash Jr. He signs with the Cleveland Cavaliers on a 1-year deal. Played with the Hawks last season, back to role power forward. Now he's playing back at power forward for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I like this. For Evan Mobley, you got Nance, coming off the bench, he can help out, and he's still energetic, still, get some plays off here and there. So it's all about depth. It's all about depth. It's all about depth. So that was a nice move for the Cavs. They also got Lonzo Ball in that sign and trade. Joshua Okoro got traded and before Lonzo Ball. So we'll see how that goes. Lonzo play next season, back up, for Garland. Oh man, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Better watch out, DG. Better watch out. Better watch out. Drew Eubanks, who was away by the Los Angeles Clippers, signs a 1-year deal with the Sacramento Kings. The Kings, they traded Jonas Valanciunas to the Denver Nuggets. He got traded for Dar Sarge, but Jonas Valanciunas is not even going to play in the NBA this season. He's going to go play for Greece, and the Denver Nuggets honor his wish and everything. So he's good. So he's going to go play for Greece. So that the Nuggets was making moves. We're going to be talking about the Nuggets real soon. Nuggets were making moves in free agency. Tim Hardaway Jr. He signed with the Denver Nuggets. They also signed Bruce Brown. He's back. Cameron Johnson is with the Denver Nuggets. So Michael Porter Jr. got traded for Cameron Johnson. That was wow. I like that. I like that move, man. I like that move. Cameron Johnson. He can play defense and he can shoot mid-range three. And a more real effort player than Michael Porter Jr. was. No, he was down with the injuries. Not saying that, but still, I think injury or not, I just think Cameron Johnson a better effort player. And I want to say, hey, they did the right move, man. They did the right move. I like the move for the Denver Nuggets. Jakob Porto has agreed to a 4-year, $104 million extension with the Toronto Raptors. So they keep their center there in Toronto for another 4 years with Scotty Barnes. You still got, I wonder if Chris Boucher is going to come back or not. I don't know if he's a free agent. We'll see about that. But Jakob Poeltl, he's been in the league for a while, since 2016. Another contract, good minutes. He played for the Raptors and good double-double player. So Raptors, they did what they did. They signed their big man and made sure he didn't go nowhere else. Dennis Schroeder has agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. The Kings made a couple moves in the free agency as well. They get Dario Saric, well, he left, but they get Dennis Schroeder. So they made some moves. They got the guy from Colorado State in the NBA draft. So I liked that move. They got some shooters here. Yeah, they get some shooters around there. Some shooters. Okay, Sacramento. We'll see. We'll see what y'all do. But West is the West. Wild West. But let's get to our next topic. Damian Lillard. Man, Damian Lillard, who was waived by the Milwaukee Bucks, but is still getting paid the rest of his contract. So he don't even gotta sweat, get mad. He ain't gotta do nothing. He can chill and still choose his own destiny of where he will play next. But for Damian Lillard, who is recovering off that Achilles injury from the first round of the Milwaukee Bucks against the Pacers, but I didn't like how they did that. Milwaukee, y'all wrong. Y'all lucky Giannis ain't leave. I'm not saying. I mean, this is not me being or anything, but I don't know if they have a shot, but I don't think they have a real shot with the team that they have. Miles Turner was a good pickup. You got Kyle Kuzma, Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., Tareem Prince, y'all signed. Ryan Reynolds, I just mentioned. So Bobby Porter Jr. is still there. I think he's still there. Bobby Porter Jr. is still there. So it's like, that East is the East. Let's not forget about the East Conference. Wide open. But I cannot know. We don't know yet. You don't know yet. And Giannis is a dog. He's a dog. But he can't be a one-man wrecking crew nowadays. It's not. It just ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work like that. But for the Milwaukee Bucks like that, they did all that for Damian Lillard, and then they end up signing Miles Turner to a 4-year, $107 million deal. Miles Turner, who left the Indiana Pacers to go to Milwaukee, who was like their rival for the last 2 seasons in the NBA for the Milwaukee Bucks. They get another center because Brook Lopez ended up leaving and going to the Los Angeles Clippers. So like that move too. Los Angeles Clippers, they made a couple moves. I liked that pickup. Zubac and Brook Lopez. That was nice. Ty Lue and company. That was nice. But Miles Turner, like I say, goes to the Milwaukee Bucks on a 4-year, $107 million deal. The new center, Indiana did not keep him. I thought they were gonna go over the tax to keep some player, could keep him. So didn't happen. We're just gonna see what's gonna happen with Benedict Mathurin and his contract. He's due, I think, a rookie contract extension, or they might go into the last year of it. So Indiana, Milwaukee, man, it's gonna be interesting how everything shapes out. But last but not least, let's talk about the man, not the myth, but the form. He's formulating into a legend. He's formulating Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's agreed to a 4-year, $285 million contract extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Mr. Man, Mr. Legend, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, Finals MVP, NBA champion, hell of a game 7, had a double double, man, just hell of a season and been scoring. The man just been on a different level, 30 plus, scoring 33 straight seasons, scoring 30 plus. So let's get that straight, 3 straight. So the man is mean business. He comes in with the black suit and tie, and when he go on that court, he put them Men in Black glasses on, and he gets busy, man. He gets busy, and hell of a season for the Thunder. J Dub, everybody on the OKC, man. Congrats to y'all. It was a hell of a finals. Great as playoffs run. It was a great playoffs. It was one of the best playoffs I've seen in a while. Shout out to the Pacers for for the most of the fun, but everybody else did play their part and made a good couple series as well in the NBA playoffs. And the Knicks had a couple good games with Boston. That series was crazy. You had the Cleveland, Indiana and Milwaukee. Everything. It was crazy. Western Conference, with Shea and Ant Man. And OKC had to face them before they went to go face Minnesota. So it was a hell of a playoff run. And but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder are the NBA champions, and they are now the defending champs going to the upcoming season. So before we get out of here, let's talk about who we think will be our new champion next season. Will OKC defend it? Because these last 7 years, there's been a new champion. So since 2018, since 2019, you had the Raptors, the Lakers, the Bucks. Who was it? Was it after the Bucks? Warriors, Boston. Then OKC. So it's crazy. So it's don't know how it's gonna shape out. Don't know how it's gonna shape out, but I keep talking about this Eastern Conference, y'all. Y'all might hear me talk about the East is wide open. I'm gonna exclude this man, but the Eastern Conference is going to be wide open. I don't know who is going to, but I'm going to think. I'm going to brainstorm real fast, and I'll tell you this: the Atlanta Hawks, they got a good chance to go do some things. You know, I like Trae Young. You got Dyson Daniels, who's defensive minded, but also works on his offensive game. You got Jalen Johnson coming back. You got Zacchaeus Ricochet, who, he can play. He can play. And you got Onyeka Okongwu. Don't forget about Onyeka Okongwu. He's been vital to the Atlanta Hawks. And I like what they did, man. They did. Hold on. I say yeah. And they got Porzingis. They got Porzingis too. So so it's I like the Atlanta Hawks chances. I see them going second round, but if they get to the Eastern Conference round, I wouldn't be surprised. That's just my bold prediction right now. I like the Hawks as a team collectively, and I think it's time. It's time. Get A-Town got to get popping, man. A-Town got to be popping. Another playoff run for them is ready, man. They haven't been since they played Milwaukee, and then it was like ever since it was like a couple play-in games, then right out the door. So Atlanta gotta make a move, because if they don't, Ice Trey, Ice Trey might can make a move somewhere else. So Atlanta Hawks, I'm rooting for y'all. I'm rooting for y'all this season. I like the Orlando Magic. The New York Knicks, it's y'all conference to lose. It's y'all to lose. It's y'all to lose. Mike Brown, shout out to you, Mike Brown. Also mention, if I did not mention, he is the new head coach for the New York Knicks. So for New York Knicks, they got some things to do, but Mike Brown is there. A good friend, Leon Rose. But the Knicks still gotta get, they gotta form a new identity and get more players involved and just be a real team, and like not be, it's gonna happen. I'm rooting for New York as well. New York Knicks had a good season last year, first time back to the Eastern Conference Finals, since '99. So they making moves. It was a good season for them. But the New York Knicks, y'all to lose, and also the Cleveland Cavaliers too. Don't forget Donovan Mitchell, man, real competitor. You still got Garland. Um, Damn, it's crazy about Darius Garland. I've been seeing, y'all. It's true though. Y'all saying how Garland, hey, look, they been saying how Garland, he's wrong, so they attack him more, and it's like, damn. But it's true, so we'll see how that goes. But I like to. I also mentioned they did get Lonzo Ball, so we'll see how that goes with the guard play this season. Garland's going to start. He's going to start. But if Lonzo production is rising to a point, I would not be surprised if Kenny Atkinson make a change in late in the season or whatever. It might be playoffs, we don't know. But if Lonzo healthy, he had a good season, you go into that playoffs, then the matchups coming around, and yeah, you gotta make a move. You gotta be smart too. Gotta be smart. You wanna win games, you wanna win or not. Cleveland is got a great season last season, but damn. Yeah. I ain't think Halliburton was gonna do that. I ain't think they was gonna do that. I didn't think they was gonna do that. It was a good season for Cleveland, but also New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers. They are the front runners in the East, and after that, I'm gonna put the Hawks. Then I'm gonna put Philly. in there. And then Orlando as a 6 seed. Oh shit, I forgot about Detroit, man. Bro, I forgot about Detroit, bro. Cade Cunningham, man. Y'all, man. I'm about to go see Cade this season, bro. I'm about to go see Cade this season. Cade come Pistons. Detroit basketball, we on the way, man. Shout out to the Pistons, man, who had a great season. Went back to the playoffs since '08. Got a playoff win, in the mix as well. But, didn't make out of the first round. Hell of a series with the New York Knicks. Uh, great season. Shout out to JB Bickerstaff, man. They let him go in Cleveland, went to Detroit, built that toughness. He burned that toughness, burned that grit with him. And he had them fighting, man. He had them fight. He had them competing. Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart. Jalen Duren, man, he's a dog, man. He's a dog. Get a couple more shots. Offensively, get that game together. He's good though. On the boards, he's great. On the boards, he's great. And just great rim protector. Still got Isaiah Stewart, Ron Holland, Jaden Ivey is coming back. So Jaden Ivey, he healthy this season, man. You see what they did. What they end up doing without Jaden Ivey. So it's like he come back and he's proven. So he be ready. Come on, Detroit. I want y'all to get somebody in the free agency. We ain't gonna talk about that. Y'all good. Y'all good. I'm rooting for y'all. I think y'all in my 7th seed, then the 8th seed. I put more. Ain't forget about Miami because I know who Eric Spoelstra is, and that boy got a brain. So Milwaukee probably play in at best. Miami probably play in. But we'll see though. Tyler Hero, Tyler Hero gotta do something this season, man. No Jimmy. First full season without no Jimmy. And you got Bam still there. Bam is always gonna be Bam. He's gonna be balling. But I like Kettle Ware. Last year's pick for them. He's from Indiana. He's been going good. He's in summer league doing good. So I like that pick as well. We'll see what Miami does, but the Eastern Conference is wide open. You got teams execute because the chances for everybody. Everybody got an opportunity. So for the Western Conference, that's where it get wild. I'm just put OKC back up front because I fuck with OKC. You know what I mean? And Los Angeles Lakers put them number 2. You got skinny Luka on the way, man. That man gonna be dangerous, man. Luka's gonna be dangerous. First full season, real after strength and conditioning. First real, put the real work in off season. He always put the work in. I'm saying the conditioning is right. So he gonna come in. He gonna come in 45-point triple doubles. He about to do his thing. Luka's about to clown. He might put up 2 60-point games this season for the Lakers, man. It's gonna be a hell of a season. Showtime Lakers might come back this season. We don't know. I don't know. But I had the Lakers as the 2nd seed. 3rd seed in the West, Denver Nuggets. I'm not leaving them out. I'm not counting the Denver Nuggets out. They got Nikola Jokic. They got Jamal Murray. Got some other pieces around Cameron Johnson. Like I said, the Nuggets kind of reshaped. We thought like still got Julian Stratford on the bench, some other player, Payne Watson. But that Cameron Johnson trade kind of was like, okay, they not playing. They stand in the mix. When they made that trade, they let me know that they're standing in the mix regardless. That they ready to compete and go back for another championship or go another playoff run. So Denver Nuggets got the number 3. Number 4, the Los Angeles Clippers. Not going to count Kawhi Leonard out, man. The Claw, he's coming back. He's been having a good season. But the Clippers, I know they did lose Norman Powell. I like James Harden. He had a good regular season last season. Showed them, hey, okay, y'all talked about me, all that pretty stuff. Still average double assists, man. Still with 9-10 assists. Danny Howard is still that guy when it comes to passing the ball, and he can still have his moments where he scored. So it's like cannot count the Los Angeles Clippers out. And Ty Lue is a hell of a coach as well. So don't sleep on the Clippers. 4th seed, the 5th seed, I got the Houston Rockets coming up the board at the 5th seed. Houston is gonna be, I like the Houston Rockets. How they did their thing. Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, KD, Shangoon, some other pieces there as well. I'm mad y'all let Cam Whitmore go though. Damn. But other than that, the Rockets are looking good. They got Finney Smith, Capella, free agency. So Rockets did some things. Rockets did some things. But I think it might take some time to get a little bit with KD getting something. It might just take some time. We'll see. But I got them as the 5th seed. In the 6th seed, I got the Memphis Grizzlies coming back, sneaking up the board. Ja Morant is not going out like that. And Jaren Jackson, damn, Jaren Jackson, I forgot. He signed his 5 year, 200, 40 plus million deal. And then the next day he ended up. Yeah. We'll talk about that as well. But Jaren Jackson and the Memphis Grizzlies, man, I like them. They haven't. Did they get their new coach? But for the Memphis Grizzlies, I still have them as the 6th seed. And 7th seed is where get a little tricky. Because who that didn't name? The Dallas Mavericks. That's what I got. Dallas Mavericks 7th seed. It's gonna take time. I like Cooper Flag. Anthony Davis still there. You got Najee Marshall, a couple other pieces on the bench for them. Then I know it's about time, Then shit. Yeah. But yeah, got Dallas to the 7th seed. Then 8th seed, I got Minnesota Timberwolves, who I left off the board. I'm crying. But Timberwolves fans, don't choke me yet. Y'all had a hell of a season. And with Julius Randle, man. Rob Dillingham coming back. He's looking proven. A couple other pieces off the bench. I like Minnesota's chances, man. Anthony Edwards has always got that. He got that dog. He got that dog. He ain't going out. He ain't going out like that. He's not. And I like the Timberwolves as a whole. So I think I should have them higher. I'm gonna redo it later. But Timberwolves are on that list and they're the AC. And then for the play-in, I'm probably gonna put Golden State and Sacramento. It's crazy because I'm only putting Golden State out of the playoff race because they made no moves in free agency. And it's like, what are y'all doing? Mike Dunleavy Jr., what is you doing, man? Shout out to Bob Myers, man. He dodged the real fire, man. He knew what the hell he was doing. Bob Myers the GOAT. Mike Dunleavy Jr., you're in trouble, buddy. Jonathan Kuminga, if you're watching this, get the hell out of there, man. Just get out of there. Tell them to make you an unrestricted free agent. I know they trying to say there's no money out there, but if you don't, go back, go to the gym, go grind. You do what you did in the play. The player we seen in the playoffs? This is what people thought you couldn't do. But I know you could have been that. Seeing you play in United G League, when you played in the G League before you came to the league, you was a proven player. You was a real small forward. Room for you, John Kuminga. Golden State Warriors, y'all need to get y'all act together and make some moves. Y'all know who y'all got over here. I got the greatest shooter over there. Y'all not making moves. Buddy Hill, come on, man. Like, Jimmy, okay, I got Buddy, Jimmy, Steph, Draymond. Who else? Who else? What y'all doing? What is y'all doing? What y'all doing? But hey, that's all we got for today, man. TWC Hollow here in the Hollow's Den. We'll be back next week. We'll be talking about WNBA, and we got some other stuff going to be covered about as well. NFL training camp is about to get started up in 2 weeks. Then you got the Hall of Fame game, July 31st. So everything be coming back real quick, real smooth. But we on schedule. It's other things we'll be talking about. We'll be uploading more videos during the week. Thank you. Appreciate it. Subscribe. We'll see you next week.